we're ready. Let's dive in. I love you guys for doing theater. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Smells Like Teen Angst. We are here to talk about it.
I just said, let me take a sip of water.
She said, oh, it's fine. We're here to talk about it. Welcome to Derry, episode 5. Jordan, what's your note? You had a note before you started.
I have a note. So I have a friend who was watching the show. They don't watch our after show, which is important to this conversation. But we were talking about Welcome to Derry, and they were like, I had to stop watching it. And I was like, why? And she's a woman who's given birth, and she goes, it was too much birth trauma. I couldn't take it anymore.
So
well,
birth.
Right? And I was like, you need to go and watch our show because we literally talk about it every single episode.
I know. I feel like we really do need to do like a deep dive into the birth traumas of it all, but I'm also just not that person.
Yeah, right. Someone else on TikTok is going to make that video and I will repost it.
That's how I feel. Like there's so many theories. I'm like, and I love watching that.
Oh yeah.
That's not what you're here for. You're here to hear us and our opinions on everything.
Yeah, you're here to see us yet.
I personally avoid all of it. So all you get is pure opinion from Kiki. Sorry, not sorry.
Like if you just like talking about film and TV with your friends, that's literally what we are. We're just friends. We're talking about it because we like it. If we see a theory, we'll talk about that. If it's something we're passionate about, you can always tell. So enjoy those.
I will say, I do enjoy all the TikToks people vibe into the song because that theme song
is a bop.
Special and happy hair, smile and
a ribbon in my hair.
Always a bop. And I did see a video of our friend Juju, Straw Hat Goofy, for those who know him, who did a dive into the opening and did an interview with the creator and writer of the show, talking about how he noticed how the opening is getting darker. And I will say episode 5 is where I actually finally started to notice changes in the opening.
Oh, I had to rewind it because I was like, wait, this did not happen last week.
Yeah, right. So like a couple added things and I was like, oh, okay. So for those that are listening, let me get your voices so people know. Jordan, say hi. Kiki, say
hi. Hi, this is Jordan. Listeners.
Hi, I'm Kiki.
There you go. So like, if you don't have a face, you don't know, just listening in your car. And I'm Sarah. It is who we are. So this episode opens basically right where last episode 4 ended. Halloran is out of the shine memory of the poor Native American boy in the windows and the doors, which was so cool. People are on the same track with you, Kiki, that thinking it was in Halloran's mind. So that was Kiki's thought. Jordan and I poo-pooed it a little bit last week. So I don't know. It was not confirmed in this episode. So, it could be, it might not be. We will find out. But you're not alone. I just wanted you to know that since you're not on that side of TikTok.
Thank you. Thank you.
The boy is like choking up foam, which I was like, whoa, what's happening?
A seizure.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And Major Hanlon is very confused and he is about to learn him something. And then we get into ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's a visual. And then the juxtaposition of the happy song is my favorite. I'm going to jump to the Native American meeting. There is a meeting of the Turtle Man. I heard someone online call them like that, like at the actual name of the turtle whose name starts with an M. It's unimportant. Talking about the cycle has begun again because this is a group of people who have been in charge every 27 years to keep it contained. And then we learned something absolutely disgusting in this meeting because every 27 years there is a violent event. And that is what we are seeing, what we thought we were seeing in the opening credits. But it's because it sheds into the water supply and people are drinking it.
This show is making so much great commentary about our world, but some of it I don't want to think about.
No.
I love the toxic culture of it. I love that it's a parasite. I said this in the last episode. It is a parasite. What do parasites do? They find ways to spread to different hosts. The fact that he's in the water supply, he's just getting bigger. Like if I could move one eyeball at the same time, I'd do the it face for you guys right now. and be like, it's in me, it's in you, it's in us all.
It's in us all. I was like, that's nasty.
It's kind of nasty.
So to then jump to Hanlon, names.
Too close. They're too close.
I'm like, and I don't want to call him Dick Halloran. You know what I mean? I want to call him a Dick. Um, so Hanlon is learning all about the pillars and how it fell to earth. Like the general is just telling this story, and I love that it's this man who's just like, "This is what happened," and it sounds absolutely insane. And how literally Derry is the prison, and they're looking for the bars. And I loved that analogy because it's so good. Like I
Yeah.
can visually see that.
And you guys were totally right. I had it wrong last week. The pillars are around the town of Derry. I thought it was like in the woods or something. I was wrong.
Yeah,
It is
well, we were all
around
guessing.
town.
Yeah, I was like, I want to see the map. Like that's the visual I
Right?
still haven't gotten, and that's what I want, the map and the pill. When it'll happen when they find them, or if they ever find them, who knows? But and their idea is that they can reduce the size of the cage and capture it. So like, guys, I don't not a great idea. It's a terrible idea. Um, So they decide they're gonna go, oh, and that home. I'm a dummy. And I'm so mad when I figured out the freaking house for the end of last week's episode. And I'm like, you're dumb, Sarah. How did you forget this? In chapter 1, this is the house where everything went down when they battled it and beat him the first time.
And thank you, nobody in the comments, for being rude about it to us because we were all on some bullshit and y'all could have called us out and you didn't.
They absolutely could have called us out. And they're like, you know what? We're just gonna let them have it. They're gonna figure that out.
Right, they're gonna go back and watch the movie and feel real dumb on their own.
Any hoosers. Yeah, so like that's literally the entrance to the tunnels. Other than like the actual sewer entrances, the entrance to the tunnels is in that house. And I was like, I'm so dumb. I can't believe I missed that. And then Hanlon is understandably upset about moving his family to Derry. And he's like, I am moving them to the base. And I love that the general's like, that was your choice. We told you to come here and you decided to not do that. So don't blame me. Which I thought was funny. And he comes home to tell Charlotte everything that they learned. And I love that he's like, I just need you to believe me. Just believe me. Please don't question it. And she does.
Because Charlotte is a gangster, okay? Charlotte has, just like I said before, she's quickly become my favorite character. She's great.
Mm-hmm. I love that. I'm like, believe your husband. And I love that she does. So he's like, we're moving to the base. We're going to go to a new house. And poor Will is upset because he's like, but my friends are here. I'm trying to keep everyone safe. He's not going to stay in that house. He's
not going to stay in that house. Come on.
Right. It is
No.
what it is. Like, we're not doing that. So Rose, the leader of this Native American tribe, hit tribe, comes to talk to the general because she's learned that he has her nephew. And I like their scenes together because she literally
Yes.
calls him out. She's like, bro, if you actually remember what went down here, you would not be doing this. And he's like, oh, I was given a drug 5 years ago. I remember everything. And she's like, no, you
No, you
don't.
don't. You don't. Because if you did, you wouldn't be doing it.
Mm-mm.
Exactly. She's very much in fuck around and find out mode. And I love that like the Native Americans are always like the voice of reason and like Stephen King stuff because let's be real, they were here first.
Mhm. So I love this like secret conversation she has because like they don't speak English at first. And even when they do, she's like giving him the hints of what he needs to do. And I love she gives him because there's like this whole flashback happening at the same time of her going to the safe and getting the onyx dagger from like the chief's daughter we learned about last week. And she's like, as long as you have this, you'll be fine. So she's like, let them all die. It's literally
Yes, I love scenes when people are talking in code. I think it's a fantastic bit of acting and performance. And Rose and Daniel were fantastic in this scene. And I know it's plot wise. I wish we could have got a little bit more of them speaking in their language because I wanted to get the real tea, you know? But like at the end of the day, we know what she meant. She meant let them all die. Take the sword with you. You'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. Protect your neck.
exactly. And she's like, you know how to use it, and you're the only one who does. Good luck. So let's jump to the kids. With Marge's worm issue and stabbing out her eyeball, She is in the hospital having her eye tended to, and Lily goes to visit because she's like, "Do you believe me now?" 'Cause, and Marge is like, "Look, I told everyone that you didn't do anything, but of course, no one, the school isn't going to believe it, the town isn't
Yeah.
going to believe it. They believe what they see with their eyes, which is what all of us do in the end." Um, and then she's like, "Is this going to happen again?" And I'm like, "Yeah, girl."
Yeah, girl, it's got you now,
Uh-huh. Welcome to the gang.
right? You're on the dance card, baby.
Hmm. You're on the dance card.
It's so good. So like Lily then goes to their little hideout to fill in everyone about Marge and what's happening, and then there's like a rustling. And like a rustling in a tent, and the tent popped up, and we're like, why is there a tent? Was there a tent before? I questioned it.
I think there was a tent. The whole upstairs is a mess anyway. So, like, yeah, sure, there was a tent.
Yeah. And it turns out to be Maddie. Maddie poking his head out, very pale, very long haired. And I'm not gonna lie. I truly thought that this was him, but I thought that it was a ploy.
I bought it. I bought it completely. I felt stupid when I did buy it, but I will say I spent a lot of the time when he was on screen going, now why do they have this little boy looking like Kurt Cobain? He's in a flannel. His hair has gotten long and unkempt. He's just disheveled and depressed looking. Like this little boy looks like he crawled out of Seattle Circle 1997.
100%.
And that's why I bought it because he looks like he's been missing for a while. Like he's been through it. You
Yeah.
know, he was the color of a tunnel person. Like he had things going on in his face. So, I mean, kudos to it for having vision.
Right? The wherewithal, the know-how. Like he's like, this is what a person would look like. I've read books. Like, I don't know. I bought it, and
I
it
bought it hook, line, and sinker. I was like, damn, Maddie survived. Good for you, kid.
yeah, I did not think, and like we can obviously we don't have to talk in order. Like I did not think he was it. And even when he said like he got away, he's like kept some of the kids alive. Like Susie's dead, Phil is alive, but he's like not awake. He like literally described it how we know these kids to look when they're in its lair, right? So, and he's like he feeds at night and sleeps during the day, which we know isn't true, but that's what made me think that he was a ploy. Like it let him out, it sent him to the kids to bring the kids back. Not that he was it.
See, I was still on ignorant mode, and I was like, he's just got a child's understanding of what is happening. He has not seen it during the day, and he saw a chance to leave, and he did.
Yeah.
Mm.
I was like, I saw your brain, Kiki. So I waited.
I mean, because I'm just thinking, like, we figured out that he's it. Was he literally just like an invisible person hanging out with these kids the entire time? Like, are they like following him, following no one
Yes.
into the
Well, because
sewer?
when you think about it, Maddie was never anywhere an adult might see them and be like, hey, who the fuck are you guys talking to?
Yeah. But also,
Yeah.
like, we've seen other people, like adults, see versions of it, but not really, like, with just making weird faces. And I'm like, why is that person making that face at me? You know?
Yeah.
Mhm. And I was just like, this should have clued into you because I was like, if I just came from underground and survived and I knew that there were still friends down there, like I wouldn't just go to my friends and be like, help me. I'd go to the police, I'd go to the Navy, the
But
Air
see, this is
Force,
this
like,
is why Maddie was the perfect kid, though, because he didn't want to go back home to his abusive father, which
Right?
again also should have been a little bit of a clue because I am never going to excuse an abusive parent, but I am going to say, you go chance being back in the sewers over your abusive father, you know it was about to eat you.
well,
Yeah.
got a point there.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's not going back. They don't want to go back. So instead, Lily goes to visit the nurse, and she's like, "Look, and he's in. Maddie's back. Phil's alive. We should go in." And she's like, "Yeah, you shouldn't do that." But then there is a huge reveal with this nurse that she is married to Mr. Kirsch, the butcher. So she is Mrs. Kirsch, which is a very big character in the It lore world, especially the movies. She's that big titted woman, which means like You know what I mean? The woman that grows into it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm also thinking about anytime you say that, I think about her and I think about the one from Barbarian. And there's some men who have trauma around women that are not conventionally attractive. And I
Mm.
don't understand why big titty women have to be monsters. But also, the way that they film them is creepy as fuck.
Yeah. They got so ginormous and they were like saggy, like the one in
Yeah.
You
no,
know, I always kind of just like chalked it up to, I don't know if anyone had grew up with a naked mom. I grew up with a naked mom. And when you have a naked mom, it's like not trauma, but trauma. Like you're used to seeing your mother naked all the time, but you're also like, did you have to wake me up naked? Like,
So you're saying that the guy who did Barbarian and Weapons had a naked mom, and that's why he's the way he is and why his movies are the way that they are.
where it's just like, yeah, it's jarring to see a naked mom first thing in the morning.
it
Because
could
it
be
is.
worse. It could be worse. He could have been a serial killer, and instead he's writing movies.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True.
I don't know, but like that's how my brain.
Emma agreed.
The camera did agree. The camera went, whoop.
The camera said you made a good point, Sarah.
And did. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's why I've never found it scary, but I'm like, it might be scary to somebody else.
Yeah. So we'll get to the end of the children's for now. So Lily ends up bringing Marge and be like, Marge is now part of this group, convincing everyone to go down and that they won't be afraid as long as they take mommy's little helpers. And she gives this like little speech about things her dad said, which was like, are you an anchor or a lifeboat? And I really liked that actually.
I loved that, and I feel like it needs to pop off the way that Wanda's little quote about grief being love with nowhere to go did during WandaVision. Like that was a good quote.
Yeah, I agree. So these kids are heading to the sewer. They're going to take a sewer entrance and not the house. And they're going to take 3 pills.
Look, the second they said three each, I was like, y'all do not know what you're doing. You need to start with the microdose and see how you feel. And maybe in 45 minutes to an hour, you can take another one.
I
I
was
feel
like,
like because they all took one and survived it, they were like, kid logic. If we take three, it'll just extend the amount of time that it lasts. Not it'll
That's
just
so
all hit us at once and
drugs
destroy us.
don't work that way, children.
I don't know
Yeah,
that.
they don't know that. But, you know, it was just like, as a rave mom, watching kids do drugs poorly.
Yeah.
It just really set me off. As somebody who goes to a lot of festivals, I was like, babies, please, babies.
Yeah.
Like, they're about to be high AF.
Mhm.
This is not the time you want to have a bad trip.
Oh.
In the sewer
In the sewer, fighting the monster.
with water up to your kneecaps.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about their sewer adventure in a minute. But before we do, let's talk about Ronnie's dad and the next big reveal. So Ronnie's dad is being transferred to Shawshank. And a white man comes running with a gun and he's like it's saying like my kids. So I think that might have been Phil's dad because he said multiple
Yes.
kids. So like Phil and Susie. So I just assumed that was their dad. Charlotte's there. She sees an security guard, man with teeth.
Yep. In the
There you
window, I
go.
was like, oof.
And
Mhm.
I was like, why we gotta do that? And I like that she's like working this case and she's getting the paperwork ready and she's like gonna try and help him. Um, but unfortunately, an accident happens. We don't know what this accident is, and the bus is overturned, and now Ronnie's dad is on the lam.
I think that the bus overturning was it. I'm just throwing it out there right now. I know that we may not ever find that out or get proof of it, but that is my theory that it's it because it wants to set up the big evil fight thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
whatever
big
the big
event.
bloody event is gonna be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he's like,
I buy
great.
that. It's preparing for a chaotic event. Also, the parents that are attached to the children need to remain like in the town
Yeah.
type of thing. Like the lineage has to carry and continue.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good. Oh, I like it. I said, I like it. And he ends up in the back of the nurse's back seat, Mrs. Kirsch's back seat. And then I was like, oh no. because I had no idea who this white woman possibly could have been. And the reveal of it being Mrs. Kirsch, Ingrid Kirsch.
The second it happened, I was like, Sarah was right. And I was pointing at the screen because you said, you're like, when are we going to find out? And I was on team, I don't think we're going to find out. Because I never in my life imagined that it could be Ingrid Kirsch. Like out of
Yeah.
all the people that we've met, and that was why I was like, oh, I don't think it's going to be anyone that we've already met before. I think we're too deep in the season for them to introduce someone new that will be of consequence. So I don't think we're going to meet this woman. Because in my head, I never imagined it was going to be Mrs. Kirsch, and yet here we are.
We are.
The most sus person.
The
Seriously.
most sus. Like, bro, of all the women in town.
I
But
know,
then
I-
also, that's probably like the it coming after him too, because like she preyed on him. Like, what does a lonely single dad need?
To stay away from the butcher's wife because the butcher is an asshole.
yeah. We learned he's an asshole. He's abusive. And she's like, look at this nice, handsome man. He's a nice, handsome man, right? Lord, I was just like gagged. I was gagged.
Gagged. Yeah.
And I'm sure other people clocked it. I did not.
Nope. My only thought was Sarah was right.
My favorite words. So let's dive into the sewers because this was incredible to me. I loved it. So the military is going through the Neighborhood house saying there's a gas leak. Never trust a gas leak. And this
Mm-mm.
house is creepy AF. Like it's creepy as fuck. Because even with this aggressive military voiceover that was going on, I was like, don't like it. Don't like it. He's gonna.
You know what? One of my thoughts was, I was like, this house has been dilapidated for like 60 years by the time we get to It Chapter 1. How come the city has not come through and just torn it down? Of course, the answer is it. Like, it is protecting the creepy house because it's the entryway to its lair. But also, like, come on, y'all.
Yeah, but my brain went there too because I was like, damn, this house has looked like this for like almost 100 years. Like, I'm sorry, but the cost of property is high. Like, there had to be someone who came through Derry and was like, you know what? I'll fix it up because
Yeah.
that's what happens, right? I mean, we've seen
Nope.
Barbarian.
No one's upset by the lack of curb appeal, bringing down the rest of the homes in the neighborhood.
Right? There was no nosy lady part of an HOA.
Apparently not.
No. When they're down in the sewers, they like Halloran, of course, is hearing voices, hearing his name, and they like jump into this like deep water. But when he jumps, he like disappears, literally vanishes, transfers somewhere else into the sewers. But for him, he has woken up in his grandmother's bathtub, who is like, it's coming for you again, trying to warn him. She's been warning them this whole time. And then his abusive grandfather comes in, who is it, right? Carrying this box. And when I saw this box, have y'all seen Dr. Sleep?
I only watched it one time.
Okay. So this, watch it because this is it's important. It's in Dr. Sleep when like Jack Nicholson's son from The Shining is still having issues, is still reeling and seeing the ghosts from the hotel. He like teaches him this thing that his grandmother taught him, which is to take your demons, take whatever, imagine a box, put that everything in there and lock it away. And that's how he controls part of the worst parts of his shining. And that's how he taught the little boy to help him with his shining. Because he's like,
Gotcha.
right? So when I saw that box, I said, oh, hell, what are we going to say is in this box? Because, we know in The Shining, which takes place after this, that Halloran can see ghosts, but he doesn't see them in It, Welcome to Derry. And I'm like, is his grandpa locked in there? Like the demon ghost of his grandpa. Is he now going to start, I see dead people? Like what's going to go on? Because it literally laughs in his face and cracks that bad boy open.
Like, what a dick, right? It is such an asshole when you really get to like the nuts and bolts of it all.
No, it's a terrible person. But also, I was like a little surprised that like Halloran could be so spooked by what he should have known was a memory, Like, I'm just like, your grandma's saying, stop, don't let him touch the box. Like, why does nobody ever call out it and be like, you're not real? Like,
I mean, that's the whole point of being in a horror movie. And the other thing that I thought about while you were talking when you're like, how come nobody can stop it? Is that girl, when you got PTSD, them memories, yeah, they scare the shit out of you. Sometimes you have to be trapped in them. So like, and Halloran, between having the shine and being a black airman, you know he got PTSD.
And an abusive grandfather who shot
Yeah.
his grandma. I was like, was that it or was that the memory? Did his grandpa was so jealous he actually shot his wife?
I think it was the first thing because we know his grandma is dead.
I was like, well, and then one of my favorite scenes happens with the military. Like they all kind of get split up, right? Which is what it does. It splits everyone up so he can attack them one at a time for his own pleasure. They all their lights go out on their guns, and then you just see like this hand popping out of a dark tunnel, and it is like a demonic evil Uncle Sam being like, "I want you," and I thought that was incredible.
I thought it was so good.
It was creepy, honestly. And because of the shape of it, my brain was like, please don't be a birth canal. Like, please don't be. I have birthing trauma from this show now. So every time I see something that I'm like, somebody can like crawl out of here, I'm like, please
You don't.
don't
Please
do it.
don't.
Don't do it.
And then Hanlon and his buddy, who, by the way, just learned this. He did that music movie with not Betty, Veronica from Riverdale. They're engaged in real life.
Oh, good for them. They're cuties.
Just want to share that. I just learned it. I was like, wait, what?
Relevant to our channel.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Congrats, girl. Come on, get it. So Hanlon and his buddy are trucking along, and the one thing they've been told is if it shouldn't belong there, kill it. Like, because if it doesn't make sense that they didn't come in the sewer with you, kill it. So Hanlon hears noises and then sees his wife. He sees Charlotte in the sewer, and his friend's like, "Yo, I don't see what you're seeing," and that's awesome to know because what a good tell, right? If they can't
Yeah.
see, it's not real. And he blasts his wife in the brain, but it's not her; it's just it. And then I love like she turns kind of like into a demon in the water, and then just kind of like laughs and like swims away.
And that also like kind of made me think like maybe it has to use a lot of energy to appear to him because his brain's messed up, because it can appear to all the children at once, but for some reason chose to specifically show up for one person at that point.
Well, and the thing is that because Hamlin doesn't have fear, it's not like he could conjure the evil Uncle Sam for both Hamlin and Polly the way that he did for like that other group of, because that other group all has fear. He's got to actually target something that would make Hamlin stop. Not necessarily scare him, but at least like make him vulnerable.
Absolutely. Because like, and he even said he's like not that he is afraid, but his biggest fear, he does have one, is something happening to his family.
Yeah.
And something happening to his wife. So he was able to like at least figure that out, even if he wasn't afraid. Which I think is
All right.
it's just that okay. Whatever. Um, so then I'm gonna go from there and jump to the kids really quick, and then we'll come back.
Stupid ass children.
So the
They're
kids,
just children. They're just children.
I
They're
know, it just
stupid. They're
stresses me
just
out.
children.
but first, I just have to talk about it. Like Rich getting his dream of holding Marge's hand because it's dark and she has one eye and she can't see. And he's like, they're holding hands and she's like complimenting how soft his hands are.
Rich continues to have the best one-liners because when he said, sometimes I borrow my mom's Noxzema.
Oh my God. And
It's
Kiki goes,
really
he's
cute.
gonna die this episode, isn't he? And I said, you hush, you shut your mouth.
I'm
Rich
just
dies,
saying.
if Rich dies, we are all going to riot.
I think the whole internet, because it is a full, not unpopular opinion. It is the popular opinion that everyone loves Rich. So I'm like,
That's my baby. That's my child. But I read a lot. And when you read a lot, you realize that when you start to fall in love with the character, there are a lot of writers out there who will that character, you know?
We aren't looking at you, Fourth Wing.
Oh, so I'm
rude.
just like, I try to protect my heart.
Fair. That's fair.
I'm just trying to protect my heart. So I'm like, oh my God, he's back. He was barely in the last episode or not in the last episode. So I'm just like, oh, he's back and he's being adorable and sweet and he's getting his dreams. Like, they're gonna kill him. They're gonna kill him.
I
My
know.
God, they're gonna kill him.
I'm gonna be upset. So while they're walking, they get to this section of the sewer and they start to see bodies in the water. And they see Susie, they see Teddy, they see Phil, and they see Maddie. And that is when we get that really, I loved this reveal of like Maddie singing a ditty, very singing in the rain.
Yeah. It
Yes.
was all of it was so good because there was that moment when they see all the bodies and it's like, oh, the mission was for nothing. And you think, all right, let's just turn around, kids. We're all gonna go back. Sorry about it. Like you tried, Maddie. And then you turn and you see Maddie and he's just singing his little song.
He's pole dancing, and then his freaking brain is splitting open while he's doing it. And at that point, I'm like, why are these kids still watching? I would have booked it so fast.
That fight, flight, or freeze. And they froze. Because
Yeah.
remember, they're walking through these tunnels high AF, guys, like so high from mommy's little helpers. They don't know what's going on. It was hilarious watching them being like, oh,
Ooh, yeah.
and I was like, well, they got sober real fast.
Well, I mean, have you ever been intoxicated in a very serious situation and it just leaves your body like whatever the seriousness of the situation overtakes whatever's going on in your body. It's like adrenaline just shoots you sober.
Yep. And
Yeah.
that's exactly what happens. But it was so cool. Like the way, like you said, it with his brain, it was like a zipper of teeth. It,
Ugh.
it reminded me of, that Monster Under the Bed movie from when we were kids, and it had the guy from Growing Pains, not Growing Pains, from the Wonder
Little
something.
Monsters. The
Yeah,
one with yeah. I love that fucking movie. You should come on
yeah,
Saturday afternoon all the time.
yeah. It just like that reveal reminded me of that so much with the
Yeah.
end, who was also horrifying.
It was that reveal was a moment to me where I thought to myself, you can tell where they put the CGI budget because some of the effects have been fantastic in the show, and some of them have been not as great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
you're not wrong.
And when the kids, of course, get separated and Lily is by herself, all the kids, she's like cornered and it has her cornered. And something I forgot to mention was during the chaos of the military, Daniel, the Native American boy, dropped the knife, the onyx knife in the water, couldn't find it. So Lily is backed in a corner. It so many teeth, it makes me uncomfortable. It's like, like I have that thing where if too many circles are happening close together,
Oh yeah. I forget what it's called, but
Trypophobia,
yeah,
right?
tryptophobia.
or like teeth. Teeth really bother me in things. Like when you see like the little tumors that come out that have teeth in that, I can't. Like so like this it with all his like I can't,
The extra teeth, it's not good. Not good.
really really bothers me. But I was like, "Oh," and he's like, "Oh, you're such a good friend because you brought them down here for me." Like this whole monologue, Bill Skarsgård.
Right. I was just happy to see my baby Bill Skarsgård on screen for real this time. We've gotten so many manifestations of it that have not been Bill. And finally, he is here. He is on screen. He's doing the voice again. He's making the faces. Ah, thanks, Bill.
Thanks, Bill. Um, Bill. But he tries to get her and he can't because of that onyx dagger. And it's glowing. So it's like magical, mystical.
That
Like,
was another, okay, Benson Boone. That was another moment that I appreciated acting wise because I love how he kind of like did the mime thing where it was like he hit a glass wall. And I love that image of Pennywise just like backing away, like skittering away.
it was so good. And I love that. And she snatches it. She's like, I don't know what this is, but it's mine now because it saved me. Like,
Mhm.
it's so good. So then now, as the rest of the kids are running away, and screaming. Hanlon hears this and sees Will. And he's like, my wife was just here. There's no reason for my son to be here. And his friend is like, no, no, I see them too. They are here. They're here. But he just like can't hear it. And he goes to shoot Will, and his friend jumps in front of the gun. And this was so devastating and beautiful at the same time because he like literally the choice was kill me or kill your son, and he chose his friend like to protect him
I
from
I don't this episode and this part in particular stressed me out so much. And I don't watch war movies. They're just not really my jam. Like not for me. If you like it, cool for you. But this moment, like this like micro scene was like Saving Private Ryan and Dunkirk and all of them at once because he straight up was just like, I think it's bad. And Hannah was like, no, 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 you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. And Polly was like, I'm not gonna be fine. It's bad.
Just let me rest. He's like, no, no, and tries to pick him up. He's like, no, no. Just let me be
Yeah, I always know when people are saying, "No, I'm tired, just let me rest." I'm like, "Oh my God, they're dying.
Like,
Like, it's over. It's over. You're
anytime
tired."
somebody says that shit in a movie, they're not tired.
No, and it was
But
point
that's
blank.
also when I knew Richie wasn't dying.
Because Polly did.
Yeah. And it was point blank range. Like he wasn't coming out of that at all. And the fact that it didn't like go through him to hit any of the kids is kind of crazy. Like he did move the gun enough. He did catch.
Yeah.
I was like, "Ooh." And it was just like such a lovely moment between the two of them too, like kind of saying goodbye. And it also kind of it wrecks him. It wrecks Hanlon.
Yeah.
Mhm. And
The
that whole, like, just to jump out of it, there's an entire, like, friendly fire, like, interview that he has to go through
that
of
was
what happens.
Mhm.
And, I've heard friends who are in the armed forces say, like, yeah, that's kind of how it happens. And things happen. And it's not your fault. It's no one's fault, but it sucks and it messes you up. And I'm just like, oh,
Yeah,
his best friend, his wingman
I
for
know.
his son.
For his son.
Mm.
And so at the end of that meeting, Hanlon is asking about Halloran. He's like, "Where's Dick?" Like he's still not even out of the sewers. And it cuts to him wandering out and seeing dead Polly walking up. And now we know that he sees dead people. And this is going to be a new thing for him that is going to, there's a reason it wanted it out. And we're going to have to find out what that is. And at least one piece that was in the box. And that's how this episode ended. It was so good.
This episode is just steamrolling towards the finale. Or not episode. This series is steamrolling towards the finale and everything is coming together and being so intense and so good.
I loved it.
Um, I'm just sad. I was really sad after this episode. I'm gonna keep it so 100
That's fair.
because my hope is literally gone for these children. Like,
It's kind of that thing of like maybe they'll survive, but at what cost, right?
yeah, that's exactly what it is. Like, we know that it isn't defeated. We have the movies, we know that the cycle continues, but it's making me feel as if no one is going to escape this without some massive hurt.
Yeah. The only one we know that actually makes it in the end is Will.
Yeah.
Because he's
Yeah.
my
This
dad.
was like the shit got real episode, honestly.
Hmm.
Absolutely. Shit got real. Big reveals happened, including finally seeing Pennywise. Right? Think of all the crazy reveals that just happened in this episode. On top of like the biggest high to the biggest low. Like this was
Yeah.
so well written.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The writers did their thing. It's moving, it's grooving. They're putting the CGI where it needs to be freaky. I'm very glad I watched this show with another person. I'm not saying that I'm like a scaredy cat that can have nightmares or something, but I like to turn down the lights and like lock into shows like this. And if I had no one else to react with me when some things happen, I'd be pretty messed up.
And
And
I will say it's
looking for a show like this.
That's the one like sad thing about it is that I do watch the episodes alone and they make me jump all the time. I think it's part of the fun of horror movies, like making fun of your friends or laughing because you're both jumping at the same thing. And so sometimes I do wish that I had that because there were quite a few moments in this episode where I was like, whoa.
Yeah. Or like the moments when you're like this and you look over and everyone else is like,
Yeah.
this is my go-to when I get a little.
Oh, I learned during COVID that whenever I'm stressed, I touch my face a lot.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Same.
Probably shouldn't, but I do.
My hands are
I,
clean.
I scratch my eyebrow.
Mm.
I don't know why. And then it's because like I pencil these babies in, but I be having a hole sometimes, depending on what's happening in life, because
You're
people
like
not
stress,
patient.
Just
anxiety.
be grabbing my face.
Yeah. And now I am very anxiously awaiting next week to see what
Yes.
happens in episode 6.
I feel like it's going to be another one where I don't breathe for 50 minutes.
Yeah. That's how I'm feeling too. So yeah. Well, that is it. Welcome to Derry, episode 5. Everyone let us know what you thought of the episode. Did you have favorite parts? Scary parts? Did you like the reveal? Were you also heartbroken? Did you think that Ronnie's dad was diddling Mrs. Kirsch?
Did anyone call that, please? I need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But otherwise, that's all I got, ladies. Anything else to add?
I mean, just a quick question. Does anybody know how many episodes we're actually going to get of this show?
That was also my question. I think it's 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm just over here like.
So this is why halfway through we've got the Pennywise reveal, right? So like, finally. So yeah.
Yeah. I'm just like, it is ramping up.
Ramping up.
Not going to slow down at all. And I'm so ready.
I'm like, we're on our way. The finale is around the corner. The finale is nigh.
And this is why I know every episode from here on out is just going to stress me out.
Right? We've only got 3 more. 3 more. 3 more.
Ugh.
Ugh. All right, ladies. Well, then I will see you all next week when we talk about Welcome to Derry episode 6. And until then.
Bye, guys.
Atlanta.
Bye, Atlanta.